Now, the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska could be getting back nearly 1,600 acres of land they say was taken back in the 1970s. KTIV's Larry Wentz has a breakdown of what's happening. Larry?
Jessica, that land along the Missouri River was taken away by the use of eminent domain, and now the efforts of senators and congressmen from Nebraska and Iowa may lead to its return. The Army Corps of Engineers took that land in an effort to shore up the banks of the Missouri River and eventually develop a recreational area. But that recreational project has never taken place. Land on the Nebraska side was eventually returned, but two tracts on the Iowa side, they remained under control of the Corps of Engineers. One tract is near the Snyder-Winnebago Bend area, the other along the river near the Winnebago's Casino. Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer calls what happened a classic case of government overreach. She sponsored legislation to return that land, and if it's eventually returned, the land will be held in trust for the tribe by the Bureau of Indian Affairs. This legislation has not only been sponsored by two of Nebraska's senators, but also Iowa's two U.S. senators, and a similar measure introduced earlier in the House by Iowa Congressman Randy Feenstra and others.